Long before a vaccine enters the arm, safety begins in silence, in discipline, temperature, and vigilance. Allow me to title this, What Happens Before the Needle, Before the Clinic Fills, Before Mothers Sit Patiently on Wooden Benches. Before a child cries at the sight of a needle, there is a refrigerator. Not just any refrigerator, one that holds protection. Inside, small vials rest quietly, each one containing hope, each one containing prevention, each one capable of saving a life. But only if handled correctly. Vaccines are delicate. Too warm, they lose potency. Too cold, they freeze and become ineffective. They cannot speak. They cannot warn us. So the health worker must watch closely. The cold chain must remain unbroken. From manufacturer to transport to storage to administration. Because once the temperature rises beyond safety, protection weakens. And when protection weakens, risk increases. No other drugs are allowed inside. No water bottles, no food, no unrelated medications. Because vaccines require stability, consistency, space to maintain uniform temperature. A refrigerator used for immunization materials is not ordinary storage. It is a controlled environment. It is responsibility, but refrigerators alone do not protect communities. People do. Immunization workers must be trained thoroughly, trained continuously. They must understand correct storage procedures, proper reconstitution techniques, accurate dosing, documentation, recognition of adverse events. Training is not optional, because when procedure is ignored, consequences are real. Close supervision ensures protocols are followed. It prevents shortcuts. It corrects errors. It safeguards trust. Some vaccines require reconstitution, mixing a powdered vaccine with a sterile diluent before administration. But once reconstituted, the clock begins. These vaccines must be used within the recommended time frame. At the end of an immunization session, any remaining reconstituted vaccine must be discarded. Not saved, not stored for later use, not reused at the next session, because safety does not negotiate. Retaining a reconstituted vaccine beyond its safe period can reduce potency or increase risk of contamination. And risk has no place in prevention. Close supervision of immunization workers is not about control, it is about protection. It ensures cold chain integrity is maintained. Expiry dates are checked, vials are monitored. Proper disposal is carried out. It prevents avoidable complications. It prevents errors that could lead to severe adverse events. And yes, it prevents deaths following immunization. When a child receives a vaccine safely, the story does not begin at the needle. It begins in the refrigerator, in the temperature logbook, in the training manual, in the supervision checklist, in the discipline of a health worker who understands that prevention requires precision. Vaccination is powerful. But power without process is dangerous. Protection without protocol is fragile. Behind every safe immunization session is a system, silent, structured, intentional. The public may see a quick injection, but what they do not see is the monitoring, the training, the supervision, the strict refusal to compromise standards. Because in public health, small details save lives. Before the needle comes responsibility, and responsibility is what turns vaccines into protection. Remember, Icanpreventit. Kindly like, share, subscribe, and follow for more.